Now we start the part of the data visualization or data exploration part. So in this part, we first of all use the histogram and kernel distribution functions. The histogram is used for the so the distributions or the numbers of counts of the data and the distribution of the data. And the kernel distribution function is used to define the lines of distributions. So basically, when we create the line and the graph, we better understand the histogram and KDE. So first of all, we define the figure, the axis. Figure is basically the plot or the grid where we create our graphs. Axis means which axis. So plt dot subplot means we use an axis of one with two plots, and the figure size of this plot is 15 by 7. In the in use of matplotlib plt dot subplot, we use first grid sub first plot sub column with 1 is to 2 grids, means the figure of one green. This is your first figure, means first column, second column, and the first column is use 1 is to 2 grids, and the second column is also use 1 into 2 grids. Okay, the basic meaning of 1 is to 2 का फर्स्ट वाले प्लॉट में ग्रिड है, 1 is to 2 का सेकंड वाले में प्लॉट है, एंड द प्लॉट द फर्स्ट वाले प्लॉट में हम लोगों ने बनाया हिस्टोग्राम ग्राफ, जिसमें हम लोग पूरी डेटा डेटा फ्रेम में है, और एक्स वेरिएबल मीन्स ये जो आपका ये एक्स होता है, वेयर वी शो द वैल्यू ऑफ एवरेज डेटा कॉलम, and the means the size of and the width of this one column, and the KD is the distribution lines, the green line which show the trend of the graph, and G is the color of the histogram beans or the color of line. So basically we know everything meaning. Then after we again create plot, then we use as a hue means the color separation is used to gender is a two part, male or female, so we use that. So here we see that data the female is more greater than the male person in average number. So that is the graph conclusion. After that we show again use individual total numbers, so means which, so we say that the total number of girls is more than the boys. That is the conclusion of second graph. Again, again we create use of lunch. We use lunch. If you use a lunch for a girls or boys, but the first graph is showing the all over. The second graph is for girls. The boys, a female. The female who take a standard food that is a blue is good performance or good average number. Then the student or female who is free or reduce in male. The second, third graph is also say the boy male graph, where the good or a standard food taken by the student male student is good performance in the number. So again we go for the next graph. We create the individual column of the parental level of education. Here we also show the graph of parental. So here we see all over the no so much participant in the student performance, but when we go to this male, the student of associate level or maybe the green is higher school is much more than others apparently. Girls also has a same. So the parent holds which is associate degree, a master degree, their children tends to be that is blue. Blue is more than mm, greater performance, and here is also some no effect. It's overall same performance in all. After that, we have created a graph of reciprocity based on A, B, C, D. So here we see that the group C or group D is more, but here in female, the C group C and D is more numbers, but group B is less average number, and the average of graph C, the group C is much higher than numbers. Group C, that is B, that is D, is much higher numbers, but in blue candidate, that is a group A, and the green number is less compared to the DOT. So here is the graph source. So we write front of group A and group tends performs poorly in exam. So we see that group A, that is a green, number of greens less, and the group B blue, that is less than 60%, and here is also showing the number. And the group A and B tends to do poorly in the exam irrespective they are male or female. Now we see the maximum score of the student in all three subjects. Q, which student is taken more numbers or more the average number. So we see the here is violent plot. In the violent plot, we pass the reading data, writing data, and maths score. And after that, we use the color and the line width. So here we see that the average number of maths is more between lines than approx 60 to 80, 60 to 80, 50 to 80. Means the average of writing is 50 to 80, 50 to 80, and again 50 to 80. The average number of or most of the student is most of those lies between these 60, 50 to 80 numbers. This graph shows. So from the between the maths, most of the students 60 to 80 is in maths, whereas the reading and writing is 50 to 80. So now we go with the second is multivariant analysis using pie plot. Multivariant means one variable how coordinate or correlated to another variables. So first of all we use figure equal to figure size, and the plot 1 is to 5, and each one is one plot. So here we see that we use the size default size is RC times figure dot figure size, and we plot the subplot means one is one column 5 rows of the subplot in one. That is the basic meaning of the subplot. So we have said that we use first plot. Then we define the size of the plot of the pie plot of gender, and the gender counts value means male female, and the label of the is female or male, and the color is red and green, and these all define variables we use in our pie. So first we define the size, that is the gender, and the color equal to this color, and also use the label as a label, and we auto mean percentage of divide the graph pie plot. We again do same thing in second plot of second plot 1:5, use ethnicity, then again use pie plot color, then again we again use the third number which is lunch, we again label color, we again fourth, and we again use the fifth subplot, and we so the plt dot type layout, that is showing the all graphs in one, and plt dot grid, then so it show the graph of ethnicity, key how much gender, so approximately 51% of female and 48% of male, and the race ethnicity, the group D is more than the highest and the group is less, and the standard people are standard foods taken by the student is more than the test score, that if the student is completed the test course is less, and the test is completed the student is less than the not completed student, and parental education is associate degree is more than highest and the master is less. So what we have to do in inside, we use okay the male and female students are mostly equal, and the number of students are greater c c group, the number of students who take a standard is greater, the number of students who are not enrolled in the test prepare is greater, the number of students whose parental education in some college is greater than one. Then we use feature wise visualization. Feature wise visualization means, so here we start the univariate analysis, we how the distribution of the gender, we first of all we create the line graph or a bar graph, that is a sorry for bar graph. So for bar graph we create a axis, if we know the very well the gender is 2, so we create a subplot of one column 2 rows, the figure size is 20 10, and thus use the c bond to create a count plot, we create a count plot here, and we define the x-axis with the gender and the data frame use, and the plate means how much we saw the color that is bright, and the axis equal to axis 0. Axis 0 means the number of axis equal to axis 0, we define that okay, axis 0 means the subplot of 0 means 1, and the saturation point means the corner. So we define container in the axis 0 means subplot of 1, means this is our axis of 0, yeah, axis of 0, axis of 1. So we have defined the containers, container is nothing, it is a individual bar, means yeah, that is called container 1, that is called container 2. So we define the container 1 and container 2, so in the axis 0, so we choose the first axis, then first axis dot bar dot label means we have labeled this, so we label container with the color black, the size 20 means the number of 500, 150, that is the label of the container. We use again pie chart. We use count the value and the label as male and female, and the exploit means the division between them, that is the exploit, that is difference, that is the space, that is called 0.0 to 0.0, and the autoplicity means 1.1% means the writing of this in percentage form, one digit and one float point, and the shadow equal to 2 means that black is showing in your pie chart, that is true, and the color we choose the in hash code, and that with plt dot show, that is our figure. Here we inside we have said that the female is more than the male, and the same thing in percentage. After that we use bivariant in the gender, it has any impact on the student performance. So we see